Hello, I'm back after a short break to dive back into the world of gaming, and this time it's to take a look at the Nintendo Switch 2 to see if it's worth all of the hype that's been going on around it and to see if it's worth spending your hard-earned cash on. So let's take a look. So as a lifelong gamer, of course I had to get my hands on the Nintendo Switch 2 to see what all the hype was about. And honestly, this thing in my hands right here really surprised me. I've had it for a couple of weeks now since launch day. Sorry, there it is. And let me tell you, it's not just a refresh. This is a huge leap forward for Nintendo. So, from a redesigned OS to boosted hardware and a new tech display, the Switch 2 is Nintendo finally catching up with modern gaming. And yeah, I'm really impressed. And let me tell you why. And of course, with a new console came a new case. A must for every gamer, really. But what I really wanted to show you was one of probably the most significant upgrades which I have enjoyed. And that is the magnets on the new Nintendo Switch 2. The Joy-Cons now are now attached magnetically, so there's no more forcing them off the rails like you did with this old Nintendo Switch, where you almost felt like you were going to snap the console in half. These are really strong and really secure, and yeah, no more forcing them off. And they're strong enough but smooth when detaching and reattaching. And when you're holding it itself, the ergonomics feel way better than the original. The rounded edges and improved grip help it sit more comfortably in your hands, and that's whether you're gaming on the couch or on a flight. It's subtle, but if you played with the older Nintendo Switch like I did for years, you feel the difference instantly. Not to mention the new and improved kickstand. So as you can see here, this one, you can adjust it to any angle you like, and it's much longer. It feels like it's fairly sturdy, so isn't easy to snap. So I've repaired many original Nintendo Switches in my lifetime. And one of the biggest problems I came across, and as you can see here, it's actually missing, was that the original kickstand itself used to snap off. It didn't sit very well. It would be all over the place. So yeah, the improved stand on this is a massive plus. It just makes everything much easier. So that is a big improvement in my books as well. Now, don't get me wrong, the original Nintendo Switch was groundbreaking, and I absolutely loved it when it first came out. The hybrid design, genius. I was playing Zelda Breath of the Wild on the go thinking that this was the future of gaming. But sadly, after a few years, I found myself picking it up less and less. Why? I just felt that it couldn't keep up. 720p in handheld, 1080p docked if you were lucky, load times dragged, and there was no DLSS. Frame rate drops in the bigger games were harder to ignore, and it started to feel like the hardware was holding the games back a little. Now here's where the Nintendo Switch 2 changes everything. It's running on a custom NVIDIA T239 chip based on Ampere architecture. Yep, that's right, the same architecture or generation as the RTX 30 series. You get DLSS 2.2 support, making 4K output possible in docked mode whilst saving performance. In handheld, you can get 1080p OLED display that's crisp, bright, and super vibrant. RAM got bumped up to 12 gigabytes of DDR5, and storage is now 256 gigabytes, way faster than before. Load times are lightning fast. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom goes from menu to gameplay in literally under 7 seconds. Games feel much sharper and smoother. The frame pacing issue, gone. Everything just runs better. Third-party titles like Elden Ring and Hogwarts Legacy now run natively. No more cloud streaming, and they're surprisingly playable on the go. But the real surprise for me personally was the Mario Kart World game that came, which I chose to be shipped with my Nintendo Switch 2. Honestly, it's the most fun I've had playing Mario Kart in years. The new mechanics and fresh layer of strategy and the visuals, absolutely stunning. Crisp textures, dynamic lighting, even smoother drifting animations. I was hooked instantly, to be honest with you. And it kind of reminded me why Nintendo still knows how to make magic. Honestly, this is the Switch that I've always wanted. It's not just a console, it's Nintendo finally stepping into the current gen arena. And if you're a power user, you'll definitely notice the difference immediately. In my opinion, everything that needed fixing has been. The performance issues, the low-res screen, the outdated internals, they've all been addressed. And the hardware upgrades are hard to ignore, from the new Nvidia chip and DLSS support to faster load times and that stunning 1080p OLED display. It feels more modern now. And that's whether you're docked or in handheld, the experience is faster, smoother, and just more fun. Nintendo didn't just reinvent the wheel, but they finally gave it a proper engine. So what do you think? Is the Nintendo Switch worth it? Have you all been enjoying the new improved hardware and visuals? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more like this, let me know. But of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out massively and I really appreciate it. Sorry for the short break, but I'm back now and will be bringing more to you. So goodbye for now.